Bonsoir les amis, c'est Dorian de TranceVision. On est à A State of Trance Festival, c'est démentiel. Et ce soir, j'ai le plaisir d'être avec monsieur Gareth Emery. Bonsoir. Hi.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Good to be talking.
Nice to meet you, Gareth. Last year you've developed your own shoes, Laserface. I think the goal is to make lasers in the center of the show.
Yeah.
Can you tell more about it?
It just happened that my tour manager is an incredible laser programmer, a guy called Anthony Garcia. So we were traveling around the world, and then he showed me these laser shows he was making on his laptop just for fun. And I was like, wow, I've never seen lasers that look this good. And he was like, yeah, that's because nobody programs the lasers to the music in this way. And I said, well, can we do it? And he's like, well, yeah. So we basically made a show all around lasers. You know, I think lasers are one of the most important elements of a show, but often they're not done that well. They just put on some random green color and that's it. So, you know, we really wanted to make something where every little bit of the song is completely, perfectly programmed to the laser. So that was Laserface.
How does it feel to be supported by so many fans of A State of Trance for many years? I think you've been 3-time Choon of the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just feel very fortunate and to have so much support, and I'm also lucky that I've got to work with amazing people. You know, Christina Novelli with Concrete Angel.
If you keep building these walls, brick by brick towers so tall, soon I won't see you at all. To the Concrete Angel fall.
Bo Bruce, Brian Kearney with You, and then Standerwick and Hayley N on this one, and.
No, I didn't fight it back. No, I never fought alive. No, I didn't watch my life go flashing right before my eyes. No.
I'm just lucky to have fallen into these great teams, because honestly, it's all about your collaborators. You need a great team to make a great record, and I'm lucky that I've had that each time, and then of course the support from everybody for voting for it and the DJs for playing it. Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Can you tell us more about your project Choon?
Yeah, so it's based on the blockchain. So if your viewers are familiar with Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that, it's in that world. It's something I've been really passionate about for the last 5 or 6 years. It's just a great way to solve problems. And for me, it's a great way to make the music industry fairer, and essentially better for artists by allowing kids to get paid in real time rather than like years down the line. And also, you know, we kind of have a lot of bad actors, be it sort of record labels that like take all the money and don't pay the artists. I think anyone that makes music has had that sort of experience. So Choon is really a new streaming service that aims to democratize the process of getting paid for music, and I'm pretty excited about it. I won't go on too much about it because it's a long one, but people just search for Choon, CHOON, and they can come and see a little bit about what we're doing. It's early stages.
Shall we see maybe the return of Cunts in the upcoming months?
Yeah, we actually made a TV show last year. Still hasn't come out yet because TV is painfully slow to make anything happen. But it should be out around mid 2018, and it's actually 8 episodes, 22 minutes an episode. It's a full TV show. Okay. So it's going to be, if you liked the project, you're going to see a lot more of it.
Oh, okay.
And me and Ashley are working on a few bits as well, but the TV show is really a very behind the scenes look of what goes on in this world. There's a lot of backstage areas kind of like this. It shows you what the real world is like. It's kind of fun.
Nice. And maybe a new track, maybe.
Yeah, we have a few new tracks. I think I'm playing one of them tonight. So, yeah, those cheeky CVNT5s are going to be back soon.
You've denounced false careers through this duo with Ashley, of course. So what is definitely your opinion about ghost producers?
I think the thing is with ghost production is there's lots of grey areas. So And I think people tend to see it as black and white. Oh, it's either ghost producer or it's not a ghost producer. That's not really the way it goes. There's many shades of grey in between. So, for instance, my track, Long Way Home, I'd made everything, and the only thing I couldn't get right was one hi-hat.
What a nice track.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
Great.
So I made the entire tune, but there was one hi-hat I could not get right. I sent it to Ashley, I was like, I've finished this tune, but I cannot get this one hi-hat right. He fixed it, he sent it back to me. Now, it wasn't ghost production, he just helped me with one thing. That is one extreme. The other extreme is somebody goes and says, I know nothing about music, I want to pay you 20,000 euros to make a track for me, sign a deal so you have to pretend you're not involved, and I'll go and release it under my name and tell everyone I made it. As long as you are honest about who you work with, I'm kind of fine with it. What I don't think is cool is where people buy tracks and pretend they made them. If somebody else worked on it, just tell the fucking truth. There's nothing wrong with having multiple people work on tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, most of the good tracks I've made have been team efforts, and if I can't get a bass line right, I'll bring in somebody else to help me with it. That's the way music production goes. It's when people are not honest about it. That's the only thing that bugs me.
So last year you released Saving Lights. You worked very hard to have a #1 place on Beerport. Some artists were very critical yes, about this. Why it's so important for you about this track to be #1?
It kind of wasn't. I mean, what happened was the track, we released it, the track exploded. It was at number 7, I think, in the Beatport chart. And there had not been a Beatport #1 in the main chart since records began. There'd never been one. So the record label said, wouldn't it be amazing if this was #1 in the main chart, given this has never happened? And everyone in my management said, wouldn't it be amazing if this track was #1? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, because, like, you know, I know the way people can sometimes get, but everyone fucking talked me into it, and there you go. Like, I probably should have said, we're not going to make a campaign, but I said, fuck it, we'll do a campaign. And, you know, we got the #1, which I think was good for the trance scene, but, you know, I think one of the sadder things about trance is you get, like, a lot of infighting, and some people were like, you can't claim like you fucking have ownership of trance or whatever. I was like, I never did. We just thought it was cool to have a trance #1 for the first time in forever. That was all it was about. It was like, it was kind of a bit of fun, but hey, well, what can you do? I'm glad we got it, and I think the track deserved it, but yeah, I mean, I did tell my team, I was like, you realise this is going to cause some shit, and it did.
It was a good challenge, very nice. So when could you see you on stage in France?
I really would love to come back soon. You know, I love France. Whenever I've gone, I'm a bit of a foodie, so whenever I've gone and done shows in Paris, I've always gone and had like a Michelin star dinner before the gig. So I'm always playing very full up after eating this this rich French food, which is my favourite. So I'd love to get back at some time soon. I live in Los Angeles, so I'm not in Europe that much, so it has to be a time when I'm touring in Europe. But yeah, if some French promoters are watching, I'd love to come. Let's make it happen. I haven't done French since school, but I can say bonjour, je m'appelle Gareth Emery, j'adore trance et j'adore Red Bull. Merci.
Merci. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Gareth.